and skies so blue. Mountains whisper stories of dreams so true. From oceans roaring wild to valleys deep, a heartbeat of a nation that will not sleep. Save South Africa, rise above the storm. Hands together strong, a new world is born. Beauty in our hearts, let it light the way. Evil cannot reign when we seize the day. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they weave, but we hold the truth in what we believe. Their crowns may crumble, their thrones may fall, for the power is the people's above it all. Save South Africa, rise above the storm. Hands together strong, a new world is born. Beauty in our hearts, let it light the way. Evil cannot reign when we seize the day. People sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they weave and weave, but we hold the truth in what we believe. Their crowns may crumble, their thrones may forms may fall, for the power is the people above it all. We know it all.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Well, good evening, all the Neanderthals, 89s, and right-wing podcasters out there. How you doing this evening or this morning? Wow, it's early morning. I have to get up in a few hours to go to the Boermarkt here in Pretoria. Welcome back to the program, folks. Apologies for the late hour, but I've been a little busy today. Started my day at Uppington and made my way to the Highveld back here, and I'm in Pretoria. Today has been quite a long, busy day. Did a few things. Met with Theo Diaga from SAAI earlier today. That was interesting. Had a nice conversation with him. And then I went to Outdoor Safari, one of my favorite places. And Safari Outdoor, one of my favorite places. And check out this jacket I bought. It's a wildebeest, so I suppose at least I'm dressed for the role, and I could probably say that ek is een ekte boer, at least in my clothing. Folks, welcome back. Yes, some of you know very well tonight that I went to a braai with my friend Steve Hofmeyer, and here's a picture. Steve and I went out afterwards to, let's not come out there you go. Steve and I went out afterwards and had a nice little time. Yeah, so along with our friend Donnie, we had a nice time. And so the braai was brilliant. Whoops, oh, come on, come back here. The light doesn't want to work properly. I'll give it a second. There it is. Had a lovely time with the bride, then went out and had a little tipple after that. And here we are, folks. Let me say hello to some of the folks in the chat, and then I want to do a Safari Outdoor Haul and show you some of the stuff I picked up. Alan Gill is here, Raina Fletch, Charles Van Onselen, the voice of reason. I'm a little quieter than I usually am tonight because I don't want to disturb my host who are trying to get some rest at this ridiculously late hour to be doing this. Metamorph, if I was in the States, this wouldn't be a late hour. Look at this, we have 91 people here at 1 o'clock in the morning. Wills, Cynthia Lowe, Yolanda, Smee again is back again, Metamorph. Ernst Francois Diego, welcome to you. Marna Bolton, Skulk, Lubscher, Jean Kotze, Tanya De Beer, Erica. Good evening, Erica. Diane Humpel, Anton Mulder, Carlos Freda, Metamorph. Guess we're going to discuss the answer given to the press by Stephen Miller. I missed that, folks. I was busy. Apparently that's making the rounds. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so maybe you can tell me a little bit about it, and we'll go from there. Cobus Kemp. By the way, folks, we're up to 92. 92 times I'm recognized. We went down the street to a little pub here, and I was recognized at least 5 times. There were some shy people, so we're up to 92 times. I'm pretty confident we'll go over triple digits tomorrow. People walking up to me in the street and saying hi. At Safari Outdoor, I had a gentleman come up to me who lives in Portugal, who's an Afrikaner and loves the program, and we took a selfie. It was very lovely to meet him today. Cheryl Potgita, welcome to you. What the Fluff, Cobus Kemp. Jan van Drill. Jan, it's good to see you. Jan, I can tell you the book was delivered, and it was very much appreciated by Steve Hofmeyer, so that was taken care of. Ruvani Freibus, Odette Dieger, welcome to you. I'm totally jealous about the Steve Bry Unfair, have nearly all his music. Yeah, I have some of his music. Oh, by the way, so you guys know the story about when Monty Jackson offered to give me his stick. Remember that was kind of embarrassing. You just translate Afrikaans to English, and directly you can't do that. Monty meant to say, "I'd like to give you my USB with my music." So tonight, someone else gave me their stick. Steve Hofmeyer gave me a stick tonight. You just can't say that. I'm sorry, folks. You just, sometimes, the word doesn't work. Translate from one language to another, it just doesn't work. It just really comes out wrong. But I did get Steve Hofmeyer's stick tonight, his USB. Anyway, oh my goodness. Okay, so what else? Relaxing Positive Energy, Jacqueline Bota, Terry Arkoisen. Great news today. Big thanks to you, Chris, for all the help you have given. A nation of people are going to have a better chance because of you. I'm not sure what that great news was, unless it's something I reported. Good evening. Wasn't exactly a Friends and Family Friday. Steve Miller basically confirmed the Refugee program. Can't wait for Monday. What did he say about Monday? Big news. Okay. What did he say about Monday? Jay Efum is back again. Welcome to Loomis Nono, Jan van Driel. Dawn Patrol's done having coffee. Good morning, Cynthia Fundameva. LT, what's up, man? 1 a.m. stream. What a treat. Well, you're up. But you're a young dude, man. That's why you're up, LT. How's it going, man? Okay. Did I fly back? I flew back from Uppington to Joburg. Zoe Koki says, gaining momentum. Cool. Can't wait for the Opé Place. Well, the Opé Place is tomorrow, folks. That's just 9 hours and 39 minutes away. It is a lekker jacket. I love it. And it's a wildebeest, so I love that too. So this is really nice. I mean, I don't need this. It's summertime in America, but I mean, it's great here for South Africa, and I'll wear it in the States when it's time. Cool. Bananas just need your hat. Yeah, I passed on the hat, but I still have an opportunity. Safari Outdoors close by. All right. So, Bullet Ant, if anyone's interested in what's going on in the Refugee program, similar comment on it, we'll share the link to the video if you want. But you won't be able to share it here because only moderators and the content creator can share links. It's a YouTube policy. Belinda Duplessis, welcome. TouchWise Home Automation, good morning. If it's a textbook definition, my refugee program was created. Race-based persecution refugee program is not intended as a solution for global. Yep. CJ Maggie says, hope you're well. Looks like the news is blowing up. Next week, the media will explode, especially the leftist South media. Yep, you can count on that. Liga von Legendis, where are you tomorrow? Well, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I will be. Among other places, I have other things going on tomorrow. It's the Pretoria meet and greet at Opé Place, 11 a.m. That's today. Sunday, it will be Centurion. Excuse me, still recovering here. So that's Saturday. That's just a number of hours away here after another sleep. Centurion is on Sunday at 1 p.m. at Vibes and Drives. There you go. There you go. So, what are you all doing up? That's a good question. 103 people up, Rohan. What are you doing up? Is Corey here? I missed Corey. Good to see you there. New t-shirt. I've been sticked, okay? Yeah, I've been sticked. Well, we could say Monty gave me his stick. Oh my goodness. Too funny. Okay, what else? Okay. Is he happy with his book? Yeah, Jan, he was thrilled. He had some nice things to say about it. Line of Sand, welcome to you. El Badenhorst says, welcome Pretoria. Well, welcome back. This is my home away from home. Those who know me know that when I'm asked my favorite place in South Africa, the answer is always Pretoria. The Highveld, that's my favorite place. Yep. Lovely place in South Africa, but this is the heart of Afrikanerdom. And that's one of my affinities is with Afrikaners. And so, it's this place. Julius Kono, welcome to you. Cynthia Lowe, can't sleep, so saw you coming on. Well, thank you, Cynthia. I'm glad you're here. Vanna Kruger. And okay, so Smee says, how long will you be in Pretoria? Just a couple days. I'm leaving on the 12th to fly back to the Cape. No, Wednesday I'll be in the Cape. Hope you are well. Looks like the news is blowing up next week. The media will explode. Yep. Okay. All right, the text keeps showing. People, please stop texting the same thing. I mean, it's very confusing when my text jumps back and forth. I don't know if I've read it before. It's the same thing. If you put the same thing in there, it's very inconsiderate. Christopher says the 41st people going over to USA for the refugee program. Says who? Yes, Carlos, I'm getting a lot of stick. That's his unpublished music, really? That's so cool. Can't buy it anywhere. Well, I've got it now. I've got it. Refugees are meant to arrive at Dulles. Okay, where are you guys getting this from? Okay. I'm asking because I know when and where the refugees are arriving, and before I can say or confirm anything, I need to know where you heard it before I say something. The link, Steve Miller, was to answer questions about things, 3 different questions about the refugees. He said it's going to get bigger, more people are going to come, okay? Live next door. So Christopher Janssen van Rensburg, does that mean you'll be attending? Last I heard, someone said there are 150 people called, even though you didn't have to make a reservation. Fuck my stocky, says Skulk. Okay. South Africans will make good, hardworking citizens. USA. Well, that's great, Ronald, but that's not really what the program's about, but that'd be great. Okay. Stephen Miller explained common sense, the refugee program, very interesting. It took him less than 3 minutes to answer everything. Well, that's quick. I'm working. That is why I'm up for the Great British. Okay, I watched if in YouTube they use words like alleged refugees seeking asylum. There's no persecution. White Ralph Connors. Well, first off, they're not alleged refugees. These are people granted refugee status. That's factual. They're not seeking asylum. That's only fucking morons would use that language because they're dumb as a box of fucking rocks. They're not asylum seekers. You dumb fucking twats. It is a refugee. Asylum is a status you can only request when you're inside the country. You fucking retarded, lazy journalist. And there is no persecution white off Connors. Well, that's just an outright lie. John Hoochin, where you been, man? Been a while. Well, he says just over the hill in Kempton Park. Ah, well, Kempton Park's a little further than over the hill. Freelance Kate, good evening to you. Good to see you there again. What's this? Christopher Janssen van Rensburg. Oh, the alert box is off. Let me turn that on very quickly. I don't know why it got turned off. I guess we had too many donations last night. Okay, there we go. Alert box is on. I thought I was the only one not asleep. Yeah, there's always people up. Mulder says the White House. I watch your videos and what a privilege to meet the Tani. Can't wait to hear if the arrival refugees are confirmed or debunked. Which Tani? What are you talking about? WhatsApp, last message. You can play that now. Best news ever. Okay. Hey, Elna, I'm fine. Okay. So Hauptman says £5. Josar Smith, $10. You hear this so many times. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. Shawnee, Who signs the checks while you're away? I pay my bills remotely. That's what the internet's for. What's old 12 minutes he speaks about 3 times. Okay. And there's another super chat from Francois Diego, 35 Rand. We had an incident. Odette and the kids are fine. Oh, God. Recovering. Recovering. That's not good to hear. Oh, my goodness. Yes, there's no persecution of our Connors, and yet Francois had an incident and he's recovering. That's not encouraging. I just saw them. What is prostitutes? Oh, the presser. Okay. Okay. Careful whom you trust. People, a lot of hateful people are showing their true colors now that things are progressing quickly. Yes, I've warned all of you. If you're going to show interest in the refugee program, keep it to yourself. If you're going abroad, keep it to yourself. Otherwise, you're going to become a target. Late night making you angry. No, Rohan, I'm not even remotely angry. I'm just calling out the frauds for what they are. You're going to report fake news, I'm going to call you out. That's Durko. That was their standpoint. Well, they're idiots. Well, which WhatsApp group? Guys, you keep acting like there's one WhatsApp group. We got like 8 WhatsApp groups. Which one are you talking about? You talking about the refugee? Those are pretty much full. Hey, Wills. Okay, Metamorph, I have a very important question. Can you get rooibos tea in the United States? I've never found it in the States, but I have a whole stash of it, so I can get it when I want it in my house. Gregory Fundamental, welcome to you. Karen Lung, Professor G, oh my goodness. It's my wife's 40th birthday tonight, but I saw the Colonel was live and wanted to jump on quick and say hi. Okay, well, I'm sorry to see you take off. Professor G, I was going to chat with you about this. Combrick, welcome to you. Will there be another question and answer question for the refugee program? I have a question that hasn't been covered. Combrick, that's not the purpose tonight, but I will, if you want to ask a question, I'll try to answer it. I will do another question and answer session. Also, now that the U.S. government has opened its mouth and you guys know what's going on. What happens if you have a Huawei phone and watch, especially since ban, would you need no, you shouldn't need a new device. No, you don't need a new device. This is a ban on Huawei selling the device. It's not a ban on you having one. Mark Pretorius, welcome to you. And I think I'm caught up there. We'll chat soon. I'll email you. Okay. 50,000 Rand in dollars. We'll do the math. Divide by 20. 20,000 Rand is $1,000. 40,000 Rand is $2,000. 50,000 Rand is $2,500. South African Rhyme USA and Washington Dulles is okay. All right, folks. All right, let me see the Stephen Miller thing. So, Jan van Driel sent me the link. Let me pull that one up. Okay. Okay, this is YouTube. Okay. Let's see. We can play it and see what it says. 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Let's play this. Come on.
Worker. Yes.
With regards to the refugees that are being brought back from South Africa.
Yeah, that's a really exciting news story, isn't it?
The rationale behind it when refugees have not been taken back from other countries, why is the U.S. taking these from South Africa?
Well, because what's happening in South Africa fits the textbook definition of why the refugee program was created.
Yeah.
This is persecution based on a protected characteristic, in this
Race.
case, race. So this is race-based persecution. The refugee program is not intended as a solution for global poverty, and historically it has been used that way. Wherever there's global poverty or wherever there's dysfunctional governments, then the U.S. refugee program comes in, swoops people up, relocates them to America, and you have multi-generational problems. You even into the second and third generation, you have endemic poverty, you have crime issues, you have integration issues. The U.S. refugee program in America has been a catastrophic failure. I mean, if you look, for example, at the Twin Cities area, I mean, just in terms of markers of educational outcomes, in terms of public safety, in terms of welfare use, I mean, it's been a complete public policy failure. And so
Disaster.
this is an example of the president returning the refugee program to what it was intended to be used as.
But what evidence?
Hold on. Yep,
What
over there, thanks.
specific evidence do you
Well,
have
so
that
let me just take this one first. Yes.
What specific evidence the United States have that those South Africans have been severely persecuted?
Well, but it's state policy. There's land expropriation. There's a whole series of government laws and policies that specifically target white farmers and the white population in South Africa. That's well documented on video. And of course, you even see government leaders chanting racial epithets and espousing racial violence. So it's all very well documented. Yes.
It's on Ukraine.
President Trump and in your administration, what is the status of their litigation on the tariff issues and all the issues?
I don't have an update on that. Sorry. Yes. Yes.
Stephen, do you have, of the South African refugees, how many are coming and when will they arrive?
Well, we just have the first flight is scheduled, I believe, for early next week. But that's just.
Where in the U.S. are they right now?
Well, I don't have an exact update for you on that yet. I don't want to confirm any news reports, but that's just the beginning of what's going to be a much larger scale relocation effort. And so those numbers are going to increase, obviously, as time goes on. It takes a little while to set up the systems and processes and procedures to begin a new refugee flow, but we expect that the pace will increase. It'll increase at a healthy pace as time goes on. Yes, back there.
Okay, so that's Stephen Miller. Okay, so, all right, let me get back to the chat here very quickly, folks. We just listened to that. Okay, Mother's Day, the full tactical briefing from Colonel Wyatt. The family's locked, loaded, and very excited. Okay, really sorry I'll be missing your meet and greet tomorrow. I simply can't get there. Finances suck until next week. I'm sorry to hear that. It's me again. The Tiny, the one you visited in Uppington, she gave you a children's book. I forgot her name. Oh, that is Oma Katrina Esau. Oh, the last part that Mr. Miller talks about. How's the weather? Weather's very good, Army. Yeah, the rain was before I got here. Okay, Chris, did you see the video on the morning shot? This about the lady in the hospital where the staff laughs at her. Disturbing sight. The world should see. I didn't see it. Is she white? I've talked to white people, and I've seen videos of them being laughed at and ignored by black hospital staff because they're white. I have seen that. Okay. Okay, your son is super excited. Gideon Jacobs, welcome to you. Darren Anthony, I've just arrived back in the States. An absolute breath of fresh air. Okay. Comberg says, thank you. I worked in ships. Okay. Spent 8 months here outside. If I become a refugee, you say, would I have to switch careers? No. If you become a refugee, you can still work on those ships. You're allowed to do it. It is happening, Corey. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I will confirm tonight. It's now this morning, the 10th of May, 2025. I have known for some time that people will be headed back, and I have known when they've been headed back. And there was, in fact, a delay because of big mouths, loose lips sink ships. They were delayed. People will be heading back to the States very soon, and I will have something that I'm embargoing, most likely, to share with you after people arrive. So things will be moving very quickly now. I suspect that the first refugee arrivals will be arriving in the United States before I arrive in the United States. So there you have it. More to follow. For all of you who rubbished Donald Trump and lied about this program and said it's not real, shame on you. You are fake news, misinformation, disinformation purveyors. And that includes YouTube content creators who pulled this nonsense too. I told you it was real. I told you it was genuine. I told you it was happening. I analyzed the program. I called it proof of concept. Stephen Miller all but just said he confirmed what I've been telling you with the tiny bit of information I had available, my experience. I've told you all along. I was correct, and this is the norm. And shame on all you shameful, disgusting, vile, repulsive people who do not live in the boots and shoes and the Feldskone of those who've been suffering unjust racial persecution, farm attacks, gang rapes, murders, and all the horrible things that happen in this country, targeting people because of their race. That doesn't deny the fact that these horrible things also happen to other groups, but they're not targeted because of their race. They're targeted because of their skin color, the most repulsive form of racial bigotry that there is. The world was up in arms when minority white South Africans impoverished and imprisoned essentially black South Africans and others. Yet the world turns a blind eye to the pain and suffering of white South Africans. That time has come to an end. That bigotry will not be tolerated anymore, and people will get an opportunity for a new beginning. This is, of course, sad, sad news for South Africa, and a tragic day. A tragic day that South Africa, the Rainbow Nation, had such a great promise and start with all the human capital, all the natural resources, all the universities, all the infrastructure to make the country incredible success, has fallen to such a state that people must be granted refugee status to flee from the country for fear of persecution for their life. It is a sad day. The loss of human capital will cripple this country, absolutely cripple this country. You'll be losing taxpayers, ratepayers, and people who actually keep this economy afloat. And if you think it's only toothless, uneducated, illiterate Afrikaners are leaving, then you're a moron and dishonest. People of all walks of life who have had enough. Genoeg is genoeg. So let's see the comments. Yes, the cops also leave. Many of them laugh things off. Okay. Black nurses laughing in Origin Hospital when I had my stroke. I'm not shocked, Erica. Late to this stream, I missed all the news. Is it possible to ask what happened? Or will it be frowned upon? No, why would it be frowned upon? We're on Meinke's today, several things. Carolyn Levitt also let the cat out of the bag, as did Stephen Miller. U.S. officials have confirmed that the refugee program is up and running and that there will be arrivals in the United States very soon. Someone else also claimed they know the location. I know the location where these people are going to, at least initially. I also know what's going on. I have known for some time, but it was not my place to reveal this for security reasons. I will not reveal any more information than that at the moment, even though I know far more, because it's inappropriate and it's a dangerous situation. But the bottom line is that all the liars, all the haters, amongst the Afrikaners even, who've rubbished this program and claimed it was just nonsense, and people who falsely claim that no one's going, were full of themselves. And they will have egg on their face. And once again, I will sit here. I guess this time I'll gloat. It will snowball soon, guys. Be calm. Send an email to the embassy. Express your interest. And until then, yeah, exactly. That's what I've said for some time now, Ruvani. This just makes the hope grow. Can't wait. Okay. Still, unfortunately, I can't post the email link. No, one of the moderators can do it though. The kids are afraid we will get left behind. Their faces lit up tonight when they heard some are already on their way. Well, they're not on their way, Francois. They will be on their way. They will arrive in the United States in a relatively short period of time. No one's on their way. If they were on their way, they'd be in the air right now, and they would arrive tomorrow. That's not happening. But it is coming very soon. And Cynthia says, so true, Colonel, you speak the truth. Hannes Holzhausen says, well said, Colonel. All right. I avoid Pretoria CBD like the plague. I've been mugged and robbed there at least 4 times. Good gods me. More taxpayers leaving. Well done, ANC. Yep. Very well said here. Not sad for me, as I will be back to the country of my forefathers. Hey, Andre Jacobs, what's up? Wow, what an announcement. It is a huge announcement. Sad indeed. We did our part to make South Africa great, but the state failed us. You are correct, Jan van Driel. South Africans did all they could to rescue this failing state, and they've been abandoned because of their skin color. This is the most vile of all betrayals. America had the institution of slavery. It was vile, it was repulsive. We ended it. We had a civil war, which cost us over 600,000 lives of soldiers destroyed, killed, maimed, and harmed to end the institution of slavery. Every country has bad history. But South Africa had a chance. Squandered. Corey says, you're an effing legend, Colonel. Thank you. Very true, saddened words. Yes. Was placed in the timeout previous live. I believe my comment was misunderstood by the mod. I was saying how our loony leftist leaders threatened by the Colonel reporting truth. Yes, Amanda Brown, and I tried to restore your comment, but YouTube wouldn't allow me. I saw when you were removed, and my apologies for that. It does happen on occasion by mistake. It wasn't malicious by my moderators. Sorry for that. Thank you for your patience and not abandoning the program just because it happened one time. Yep, so thank you very much for coming back. I don't think ANC government realize how much this will basically derail the economy. It will destroy the country. That's the potential for this. Ladies and gentlemen, the potential for what's going to happen in South Africa is catastrophic. Tariffs, sanctions, embargoes can't hurt South Africa as much as it's working economy bailing on the country. Bad news for South Africa, the refugee program going through after only 3 months. Yep. Yes, for all of you who are impatient and freaking out and asking me the same damn question over and over every night, I said be patient. February 7th, March, April, May 7th, 90 days, folks. It took 3 months, and now it's started. The pilot project, the proof of concept is underway. You're welcome, Will Smurf. Sad day, especially when so many voices that can change this country are leaving. Yet. We as whites are most privileged, nay? Mainstream media. Yep, Jan. Okay. Ik dank de United States, Elon en jou, Chris, voor hier die Afrikaners redding. You're very welcome, man. It's my sugar. It was my, we're worried about Charles and his blood sugar. Saw a lot of hate on SABC commentary to those that mentioned they want to go. I told you not to comment. People don't listen. Go. We did just fine without you. Actually, it didn't. It didn't do fine without the Afrikaners. This country was a backward medieval country when the Afrikaners came. That doesn't mean civilization here wasn't legitimate. It just means that you were 800 years behind everybody else. R1, you are missing some breaking news. The Stephen Miller and Carolyn Levitt let the cat out of the bag. The first batch of refugees will be arriving in the States very soon. I will have an embargoed video that I will release after they've arrived. What's your take on Milchele Burkina Faso? He's a dictator, fascist, a criminal, thief, and, someone's going to take him out. John 5 says, Chris, what the hell? So buy donkey for everything and most importantly, bring out the truth. Yeah, and for anybody who's here that is one of those that's going, that has talked to the reporters and the media but hasn't talked to me, because many of you have done that. Why is that? Why did you go to New York Times and Reuters and tell them and didn't tell me? I mean, that's your prerogative, but I mean, you came here and got all the information, got accurate information, and then you went to the media and talked to them instead of giving me the story. That's unfortunate and very selfish for those who did that. Could have told your story with and for you, but you went to the media, who, by the way, have been calling me to find out what you've been saying. So anyway, whatever. As this sinks in, I must say I feel very sad for many Black South Africans who worked in Soweto for 9 years. There's so many good people out there. Yes, most Black South Africans are very good people, and they're all screwed because of the stupidity of the country. Can't wait to show my children what a safe, happy life and future is supposed to look like. No more fear in future. Hey, Mel Bell. Believe the NDR planning season play. Yep. Looking forward to the video about it. Yep. Saul J.D. Vance said, India-Pakistan war is none of our business. That's the best decision I've heard. Yeah, well, until they go nuclear, then it is our problem. Van says, great. Hey, Van. If you haven't been to OP Plus previously, food is awesome. I've never been to OP Plus. Me again. Thank you. But it's an embargo. An embargo, Peter Feldman, an embargo is when you block people from having economic activity. That's not a blockade. An embargo is you don't buy and sell goods from a country. People do that. Give credit where credit is due. Yeah, man, but it's happening. I mean, a bunch of blabbermouths have talked to Reuters and to the New York Times, among others, and have told them all the information about where they're going, when they're going, what's going on. They've been watching my program and getting factual information and good analysis, and they didn't contact me and offer to tell me. So anyway, whatever. That's people's personal preferences. But there have been a few people who have contacted me. That's why I've been in a loop, and I'm grateful to them so that I could pretty much verify my analysis as I went along, which has been accurate. If there are 40,000 people in the queue for refugee program, there should be at least 10,000 likes on all Colonel White's views. It's also a time when America's economy growing, refugees will help. Yep. Hey, Anton. Do you know how long it took them from start to finish? Well, I don't know what you mean from start to end, Kate, freelance Kate. And also that won't apply here. The people that are going this, as I said, are a pilot project. They're a proof of concept. And so these people are not your typical. But I do know some of them going and when they were interviewed and when they're flying, but I'm not going to discuss that tonight. How was the traffic? Yeah, I'm sorry you got stuck, Jan. It was not too bad. On the R21, there's a perpetual state of construction in one section, which they never seem to repair, but they're always out there. And that slowed things down by 15 minutes. But I still made it relatively good time. Don't trust the media. Okay. He's asking them to stop and negotiate. What's this? Colonel Chris, my mom recommends pop and no, I don't eat pop. Sorry, Sonic Boom. Don't eat pop. It's tasteless. Nothing beats the T-bone steak. This really need advice. We'll send you an email. Hope you get the email when you have time. Okay. Do you have any advice for Afrikaners who have difficult decisions to make now? That's a good question. Is it Henri? Henri, but I really don't know what you mean by difficult decision. Advice? My advice is the following. You must make a decision for yourself that's in the best interest of you and your progeny, your offspring, your children, because only you can make that decision. Only you know what you've gone through. Only you can be informed on that. No one else can tell you. Your parents can't tell you. Your relatives can't tell you. Your employer can't tell you. In some cases, your spouse can't tell you. Some families will be split by this. Some will go, others will stay. Again, I'm not here to encourage a single person to leave this amazing country, South Africa, that has fallen to such a low level that it's shocking. Not encouraging anyone to leave. I'm also not discouraging anyone. That's not my role. My role is to be truthful, upfront, and give accurate, cogent, lucid analysis of what is happening, what will happen now and down the road. So, the Lever said only 1,000 will go this year, but that article was full of lies. Yes, that's why it's useless to read garbage like that. They will be proven wrong too. So, is embargo the same as sanctions? Well, sanctions can include an embargo. Sanctions can include tariffs. Sanctions can include bans and travel. A sanction is an overarching category, and embargo is one of the tools inside the kit box. Voldy, there is a limit legally, normally. The U.S. takes in between 40 and 160,000 refugees, 150,000 refugees per year in a normal year. However, there is no limit specified in the executive order, and it's quite reasonable to believe that we wouldn't limit it. Okay. You think there is a possibility that this could be the wake-up call? Well, I would hope so, but I doubt that they're that bright. I think they're very stupid. Bite Me says, "Hi, Colonel. Firstly, thank you for everything. Looking forward to meeting you tomorrow. I read an article that this first batch of refugees going priority one individual. What is your take on that?" I have no feedback on that whatsoever, but it does make sense. But there was no need to go in priority one since President Trump has already designated a priority two. But it does make sense from a standpoint that I know the stories that those who are going, some of them have told, and why they were called in. And that would seem to be a case of the first people going who proved that they were victims of unjust racial discrimination, that there were threats and they were in peril. They proved it. And I know people who did go through those interviews, and they did prove that that was the case. So that would make sense, but I don't know that for factual. That's my analysis based on the limited information you just gave me. There's a time when you can't be sheeple. You have to think carefully and weigh all your options, and only you can make that decision is all I can say. Jan van Drill, I agree 100%. 100%. But I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, when the Belgian Congo went south, it went south in a very quick fashion. Hauptmann gave £2 super chat. Thank you for that. When the Belgian Congo went fast, when it went south very fast. When Rwanda went south, it went south very fast, overnight. This could be morning owls. I read the SA government's response, kind of wild. I haven't seen it yet. I want to know for interest, why are you so interested? Why are you in back home, you say? Michael van Heerden, I want to know, why are you here? Why are you here in South Africa? You want an answer? You give me an answer. Carl Nyhorst can one of them. I don't think so. When our forebears came to South Africa as farmers and tradesmen, they didn't allow fear or new things or challenges to stop them from making a better life for themselves. Yep. Francois says, we as a family have to leave. You're late to the program, TM Afrikaner. I did watch part of what he said. All right, so it's time for the Safari Outdoor Haul. Let's see what we came up with. So I picked up this Republic t-shirt. It says Braai Club, Braai or Die. So this is a Braai Club t-shirt. Got that one. And then they have this dual pack of Wildebeest, 2-pack of t-shirts. There's a Wildebeest there. And there's a blue one underneath there too. So here's the blue one. I got the Wildebeest, 2 of those t-shirts. Republic, couple of Wildebeest. I got this jacket, which I'm wearing. I picked up this one here, Republic, 1906 with the Springbok on it. It's Club. Wildebeest socks. I already have these, but they didn't hold up very well. Another t-shirt. And more pairs of socks. This one here. The brand is Wildebeest Ravani, not what's on it. Or a FEMA tent. You can order all you want. There's no FEMA tents going on my property. There's also no FEMA tents for refugees. They don't live in tents. Congo went south very quickly. You were a small child too, and you remember that, Erica. That's how horrific things were. Steve Miller's very accurate with his justification. Well, he's correct. He said the same things I've been saying. Makes me wonder if they're watching my content. What's this? Born and raised here, but for family safety and future looking to immigrate. You look different in life when you look at kids. All right, so, but okay, got you, Michael. So why are you asking if why I'm in South Africa? I'm here reporting, meeting, learning, understanding, attending rugby. I was at the Varsity Cup final. I'll be at the Bulls game, so covering URC and Varsity Cup. Yeah, so meeting people, doing things. That's life. I'm being in it. Life being it. Okay. It's time to start making preparations. If so, what can we prepare? Well, Mel Bell, if it's time to make preparations, you need to get your affairs in order. Some things are much cheaper to get done here than they are in America. So lawyers are expensive. If you don't have a will, if you can engage a lawyer at a reasonable price, you have the money, get yourself a will. You should always have a will. Take care of things like that. If you have assets, you can move around, look to move those around. There's lots of things you can do. Okay, I just ordered a FEMA tent. Yeah, those are some lucky t-shirts. Thank you, Hank. Like the Springbok shirt. Do we have to wear those socks when goes? You don't. You don't have to. All right. Just shining a light on South Africa. He's beaming through the fog, powered by a heart that runs from pure love for humanity. We see it, we feel it, we do appreciate it. That's very kind of you to say, relaxing, positive energy, but it is true. I agree with you. Good socks. An entire wildebeest camo kit I got from a bow hunting store. Cool. Like the kudos. Yeah, it's cool. Velocity likes. I don't know, Peter. Where they at? Hi, Chris. Have you ever seen the documentary? Yes, I have seen it. Have you ever seen it? Why did you post it twice? Retaliation from the ANC will cause a snowball. South Africa is in a bad state, but nobody going to get much worse. Probably not much worse. Okay. I see the black new readers, the ANC mouthpiece, look very salty when reporting the story. And they think they sent mercenaries to save the people, stealth camping in the colonel's backyard. Hotness 1,000. Colonel, you're right. My friend was working for Zambian president doing security during negotiations. The president was poisoned. My friends hitched their caravan and ran for the border that night. Yep. Always late, but always here. Okay. Anyone watch the Sharks versus the Osprey? Yeah, I watched it and in a bar with Steve Hofmeyer. Steve Hofmeyer and I watched the Sharks game. Sharks won. It looked like we missed it. Evan Esabeth went down with a serious injury. If you haven't, highly recommend watching. I've seen it. Seen it. Road meet still on one. I don't know what you mean by room. You talking about the Centurion? Yeah, that one's at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Francois, dear, whole family loves you and kept us going. We'll keep up there. Thank you, Francois. Our word that Botswana is word USA to withdraw its military base. Well, Hannes, it's horseshit. There's a fucking military base in that. Oh my God, the stupid rumor. Folks, I was in Botswana. I worked at the embassy. There is no U.S. base in Botswana. There never has been a base in Botswana. This is a fantasy of right-wing and left-wing lunatics in South Africa. There is no base. Where is this fucking base at? There is no base. Withdraw it. There's nothing to withdraw. There's no base. Idiocy. The only base the U.S. has in Africa is in Djibouti. It's called Camp Lemonnier, and we lease it for over $60 million a year from the Djiboutian government. There's a Chinese naval base. There's a Japanese air base there. There's a French base. There is no military base in Botswana. I don't know how many thousand times I can say this. Now, how many fake YouTube channels create these lies? All the secret U.S. military bases all over Africa, including Botswana. We have no base in Botswana. For God's sake, it's annoying. Oh. This comes and stems from the fact that the Tebe Patswe Air Base, which was built decades ago, purportedly had assistance from the U.S. government. So what? It's not our base. We don't have troops there. If there was an American base in Botswana, do you think you wouldn't see frickin' American troops at the casinos on the weekends in South Africa? You'd see Americans everywhere. The common sense does not apply for these things. Anyway, Hannes, that wasn't targeted at you. It's targeted to the question because it comes up frequently. I'm following America's news for far more, and came across you. Now I'm glued to your news and grateful for. Well, thank you, Michael. I'm glad you're here. Why are South African lamestream talking about refugee camps that will await Afrikaners? Camps? There are no camps. If stupidity was terminal, the ANC would lose 80% of their voter base. I agree. Good night, Harold. Yeah, it is late. Love the show and smoke out there. What's this? Love, show, and smoke out there. We need direction. No idea what you're saying, Myra. No, Hannes, yeah. No, so I want to make sure you understand it wasn't direct to you. I like when people ask questions like that because I can rubbish it. Yeah, there are no FEMA tents. They are eating the dogs and cats in Springfield. And yeah, so anyway. So that's what I said. When they're like, Afrikaner, you'll be living in FEMA tents. And you know what the Afrikaner said? You mean we're going camping? Cool. You're going to scare Afrikaners with FEMA tents? I don't think so. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up here, right? Well, I'm glad you're having a Starbucks, Holden. I'm going to hit the rack. I got to get up to go to the Boermark. If anybody's going to the Boermark in Pretoria tomorrow, hopefully I'll see you there. By the way, we're up to 92 people recognizing me who had the courage to come up and say hello to the Colonel. 92. Can you believe it was 45 last time? We've more than doubled last year's total. All right? Hey, Rohan. So if you're going to the Boermark in Pretoria, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, cool beans. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for being with me. I appreciate it. And take care of yourselves. So big news, and we'll have more to follow. All right? Cheers. God bless, and have a good night.